Guys, if you don't show up to your Zoom interview in pajama pants, you're kind of missing out because I'm so comfortable and I have zero stress. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jasmine if you didn't know, and today I'm going to give you guys 5 tips to help you prepare for your CF interview. So I know you guys are probably super nervous preparing for this interview because I know I definitely was. However, just remember that step number 1, you are interviewing, you are not being interviewed. And by that I mean you already know that when you leave grad school, you are going to have the credentials, the skills, and all the preparation that you need to be an amazing clinician. But what you want to keep in mind while you're being interviewed by your potential CF supervisor, that this is really a good fit for you. You have to spend the next 9 to 12 months with this supervisor, with this team, in this location, and in this population. So make sure that you are picking places that you like, and then making sure you get all the information that you need to know to make sure it's a good fit for you. Kind of going right along with step number 1, make sure that you are prepared with follow-up questions or comments following the interview question. Asking specific questions about supervision, the amount of hours you're going to get, what kind of exposure you're going to be getting. I can go on and on for days, so I'll probably put the types of follow-up questions you need to be asking in another video. But make sure that you have that prepared. It's always nice to end an interview with some questions or inquiries that you're having and not just what the supervisor is asking of you. Step number 3 is super essential. Be honest and specific about your start date. And I know you guys are super excited to start your CF, super excited to be done with grad school. And trust me, I know how both of those things feel. But honestly, it takes a good amount of time to get your degree and your transcript, process all of that information for your licensure, all the way up until your actual start date. So to give you an example of what that might look like, I'll give you what mine looked like. I finished my grad program at the very end of May or right at the beginning of June. And I didn't get my final transcript and my degree until the very end of June, June 30th. And so my specific state only does licensure applications for SLPs once a month. And lucky for me, I had just missed that deadline. So I was able to submit my application at the end of June, but it didn't get processed and looked at until a few weeks later. So with all of that time that it took in between, I didn't start working until the very end of July. Just keep that in mind. If someone's wanting you to start right away, honestly, that's just not a realistic expectation and it's gonna take some time. Step number 4 is honestly just a general life tip, but it does work very well for your CF. Make sure that you arrive early to your interview, whether it is online or in person. Obviously, if it's a phone interview, you have to wait for them to call, but make sure you are somewhere quiet and prepared for that interview. My first interview for my CF was a phone interview, and then my secondary interview was a Zoom interview. So I just showed up 4 minutes early, no more than 5 minutes early, to make sure that everything was good, my sound was good, I had no technical issues, and then so when my supervisor got on, I was there, present, and ready to go. Also, if you're going to go in person, you never know if you're going to have issues with directions, parking, checking in. So it's always good to show up early so that by the time you're there for your interview, you're right on time. All right, guys, so those are my 5 main tips to help you guys get ready for your CF interview. I guess a bonus 6th tip would be if you're ever in a Zoom interview, and I mean, this is the age of Zoom interviews, maybe try wearing some pajama pants on your bottom half because they only see you from the waist up, and honestly it made me feel a lot more comfortable while in my interview. I mean, I'm wearing pajama pants right now and I feel pretty great. So that's always something to help you feel a little less stressful about the situation. And remember that you are interviewing them, they're not interviewing you. It's all about the confidence to know that you are prepared and you can do this job. So go in with confidence and you can get anything done. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful and subscribe for more amazing videos. And until next time, peace.